It is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Henrietta White-Holder, who will offer us words of hope for this special occasion.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great honor to be here, and I want to extend my warmest congratulations to my dear friend, our new Governor, Dan McKee. This is my first outing since being hospitalized with a critical case of COVID pneumonia. I had to be here for him. Thank you, Dan, for being a constant supporter of the work that we do at Higher Ground International. I'm thankful to God for the gift of life. I love this poem from Emily Dickinson that reminds us that hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. And so today, I'm going to speak to you about hope, our state's motto. Because you see, we need hope in the midst of this global pandemic. Hope is our anchor. It is something to hold fast to help keep us grounded. When I was first in the COVID-19 unit at Miriam Hospital, I would hear the song, "We Are the Champions," being played softly over the intercom. One day I asked a nurse why that was, and she told me they played it every time a COVID patient was being discharged. I began to silently applaud every time it came on because someone was going home on that glorious day. This was a sign of hope. A few days in, I was transferred to the specialty care unit. I do not remember hearing the song as much or even at all. Eventually, I returned to the COVID-19 unit and still no song. My first roommate was a vibrant young woman who did not seem as sick. We could not see each other, but we talked behind the curtains. She spoke lovingly of her children and her husband. And then everything changed for her one day. And all I could do was lay there and absorb the trauma of her certain turn and think of her family. I asked her nurse if I wasn't hearing the song because people were not going home. She said no, the staff was so busy they would forget to play it. Despite the heartbreak around me, I held on to that song. It provided me with hope that one day I too would go home. Looking back, I realized "We Are the Champions" was about hope, not only for the patients, but for the tireless doctors, nurses, and staff to remind them that there are some happy endings. Fortunately for me, I did go home. And ever since then, I have paid close attention to the daily COVID-19 deaths in Rhode Island. I mourn their loss and that of their families. This pandemic has brought sorrow to so many of our brothers and sisters, especially our Black, brown, and indigenous residents. And yet, it has also brought out the best in many of us to help our neighbors and to show empathy, compassion, and love. I have faced many challenges as a survivor of breast cancer just a year ago, and now COVID-19. Giving up may have been easier, but I sustained by clinging to prayers and finding strength from within, from my family and my tribe. I have so many tribes of people that have come to love me here. Hope has become my anchor. Hope is possible with the new leadership of Governor McKee. Dan McKee consistently shows up, bringing others along, sometimes when you least expect it. He has come to see what we need when we had our food distribution drive, or to drop off some masks for us. When Higher Ground did not have funding to support its Sweetie Care Elders program, he told me he would rather cages to find us some money. They were not only words, he followed through. He is now a member of the Higher Ground family. Dan has an intentional way of ensuring equity and inclusion for all. He is not there when he needs you, but when you need him. This is how you build trust and how you lead. This is how you raise people up to a higher ground. We are almost at a COVID finish line, and we will soon cross it. Please continue to wear your mask, practice social distancing, get vaccinated when you are eligible, and try to be a champion in your own community. I thank you, and congratulations again, Governor McKee and your administration.